Hey, friends. Today we are going to hear Pastor Mike talk about holy belonging. And I've been thinking about it a lot, what that means to me. And honestly, I thought about belonging for a lot of my life because, whether you believe it or not, I have, for most of my life, felt like I don't quite fit in. And I've struggled with feeling like I belong. I have a pretty big personality and I see things a little differently than other people. And I've always just kind of been me. And when I was younger, that would mean I would do things that were maybe not cool or, that fit those unspoken rules about what it means to fit in. And you know what? I am proud of myself for that. I'm glad I've always been that way. But it's also made me feel a little outside of everything. And sometimes that's hard. But the more I think about what it means to belong and the older I get, the more experiences I have, the more I realize that feeling of not quite fitting in, that's normal, but it's also not the whole story. And I actually do fit in. I do belong. I do deserve to be here and be heard and to be loved just as much as everyone else because God made me this way. And I am part of this amazing creation, this world in the year 2020 right now because God put me here and built me the way I've been built and put me together just the way I am for a reason, for maybe more than one reason. And this light and this love and this energy that God has filled me with is meant to be shared. And so the more I've grown up and the more I've learned to love myself for all of the things that make me who I am, even those things that can be embarrassing or make me cringe a little, the more I can embrace myself and kind of feel like I fit in just with myself, if that makes any sense, the more I belong to myself, the more I recognize the ways I belong in the world. And I see those bees buzzing around on flowers and butterflies flying around. And you know what? I am just like them. I belong to this earth just like the bees belong on the flowers. And I have something special to offer just the way I am. And the more I embrace that about myself and love that about myself, the more I can live in the world and realize that I am a gift to others and I can do things in the world that share that gift. And that is just how God made me to be. So the more I belong to myself, the more free I feel to live as myself in the world, and the more I can share God's love in the world. It's kind of this cycle that happens. And I can share that love with others, and hopefully that love helps them love themselves more so that they can share that love with others too. So there's something about this idea of belonging that is a cycle that the more we can belong and love ourselves, the more we can share that in the world, and then more it can ripple out and really embrace and experience what it means to belong to God's creation, to God's family, to be part of what it means to be this beloved child of God, to be part of this bigger vision of the world that God has always had from the beginning when it all began.